Welcome back to Dan Sports Stuff. I'm doing a video here of, on one of my previous videos, I showed a reveal of a sample of the two sets of 1986 Fleer I had. I just sent a few of them in. Most of them came back 9s and got a couple 10s out of them. I'm going to send what's left of the set that I think is worthy of grading in. There are a few that are removed just because the conditions didn't warrant being graded, and even some of these in here won't be 10s, but I want them graded. I want to get as many of them graded as I can. Let's get started. First one's Mark McGuire. As you can see, he's a little bit off-centered. Hopefully I can get at least an 8 on this guy, but I don't know. Let's do it this way too. Maybe you can get it better. All right, John Bagley. I don't even know how to pronounce all these guys' names, but bear with me. I'm going to do my best. All right. Charles Barkley. If he was any other player in the set, well, not any of the commons, I wouldn't be sending him in. As you can see, there's a little white at the top here. Corner's got a little white, and he's off-centered. But since it is Charles Barkley, I'm okay with getting a lower grade. If I can get a 7 on this, it'll be worth it. Might come back lower than that. But I'd still like to see him in a PSA case, so. All right, Larry Bird. I wish I would have had a centered one of these. Edges and corners of these are magnificent. Top to bottom, it's well centered, but right to left they're not on both of them. But he's still going to be in a case. This one even top to bottom's off a little bit. Otis Birdsong. Nicely centered. Top to bottom maybe off just a tad, but I'd be surprised if I don't get a 9 off of this one. Orlando Blackman. And he's off-centered too. If you guys want to comment what you think some of these grades will be. Now that one's a potential 10. Just don't find anything on the back. Okay, there you go. Back's good too. All right. Manute Bol, he's one of them. I sent the other one in and I got a 9. Sam Bowie. Number 2. One of the sets I got from a card store. That set was very, very nice. I sent in the top guys out of that set to BGS. Got a 9 on the Jordan. Got a 9.5 on the one of the players. The rest of them were mostly 9s. I think I got a 7.5 on the Jordan sticker. The one I got from the card store is actually really, I mean, the pictures were just beautiful. And then the other one I got off from a guy on eBay. I got a 7.5 on the Jordan from BGS in that set. I've dealt with Beckett in the past, so I was more comfortable sitting it there. I just started using PSA and was really impressed with my first bulk order, so I feel comfortable sending this set to the rest of the 2 sets to PSA. Tom Chambers. Maurice Cheeks. I really like this picture. I can tell the difference on the sets. The one I got from the card store was the backs are super white. I mean, they're like brand new. The one I got online, it's got a little bit of yellowing. It's still white, it's just off-white, but Michael Cooper. Wayne Cooper. Pat Cummings. Okay. A little bit of white spot right there. This one's a little more off center top to bottom, and I think PSA left to right, they're actually easier on than top to bottom. The top to bottom ones I've noticed get a lot lower grades than if they're off a little bit left to right. I think there's something in my case there. That's not on the card, I just looked at it. I'll clean that off before we send it. Terry Cummings. I think if you get above an 8 on any of these cards, it's good. Adrian Dantley, he's one I got a 9 on the first set I sent in, or the first card I sent in. Brad Davis. And I've got a few out of these sets right now getting graded. For about a dozen more cards. But I think I'm just going to send the rest of these in one lump submission. Cost a ton, but hopefully you get some good grades. And even the back of this one's super centered. Wow. Walter Davis. Daryl Dawkins. Getting a lot of reflections off of these. Larry Drew. Does have that print defect on there. Part of his arm's got a white dot. Joe DeMars. Top to bottom, this one's off again. It's a lot wider at the bottom than it is at the top. Mark Eaton. It's the first time using this tripod stand, so I'm trying to get the best angles I can to keep these clear. Look at that. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the background. That's a cool card. James Edwards. And there's not a lot of sets where you're willing to send any card from the set in to get graded, but this is probably the one set in existence that if you got the right condition of cards, you wouldn't be worried about sending any of them in. If you're willing to wait for somebody to buy it, any 10s, there's no 10 in this set you'd not get $100 for, at least. Alex English. I got a 9 on the other one of his I sent in. And 9s, you'll make your money back just on the 9s. I bought these sets before the market boom, so I don't think I'd be able to afford to buy a set of 86 Fleer anymore. All right. Vern Fleming. Number 2. Man, has anybody out there tried to buy a Card Saver 1 lately? Even on eBay, if you look for them, they were selling for like 80 bucks a package a month ago. They've kind of went down in they're about 40 something bucks for a package of 200 now. But I mean, I was getting them for 20 bucks for a package of 200, 25 bucks, probably 6 months ago. Now, I mean, even those are just ridiculously high priced. I don't know what I'm going to do now. When I run out of the ones I got. World be free. Or if you try to buy packs of cards, everywhere I go, the shelves have been empty for 6 months. Unless I want to get wrestling cards or racing cards. I mean, even the Magic cards are just... I think somebody's falling around the vendors and just picking them up as soon as they put them on the shelf, just buying all of them. George Gervin. And when I get the reveal back, I'll do a video of that. I'll link this to that video so you can see what they were before I sent them in and then see the results. I think that's fun. Plus it helps me compare the cards too, just in case I missed something and I want to see, I get it back and I see a ding on it, and then go back to this video and see if I see it on this video or not. I see so many videos of people getting their graded cards back, and then they see something on the card they didn't see before they sent it in. I bet you every time I've got a order back and I get a lower grade than I thought it would be, I see something on the card I didn't see, whether I missed it or it got damaged while PSA was handling it. I couldn't say. But at least if I have a video of something to compare it to. Ricky Green. At the time I bought these sets, the one I got from Card Store, it was probably 2017, 2018. It had the Jordan right on top, and it was a little bit off center, top to bottom, or it was fine top to bottom, but right to left was a little bit off center. But other than that, it just looked, I mean, the picture was the best picture I've ever seen on one. He had a $2,250 price tag on it. I asked if he'd take $2,000 for it, and he said yes. He jumped on it. Sent the Jordan in right away and all the top cards. That's when I got the 9 off the Jordan. I had to sell that just to pay off the card I bought the set for, or with. Which is sad, because if I would have held on to it, I could have got 3 times as much now today as I did when I sold it. And then the other set, a couple months after the first set, I bought it off eBay for $1,750 for the entire set. Good luck finding it these days for that price. I probably will never buy another 86 Fleer set. I wish I could, but gotta raise some kids, send them to college. So unless I get some awesome grades on some cards and can sell them. My problem is to get the cards back graded, always with the intention to sell them, and then I like them so much, I put them in my collection. I really should sell some of the cards that I've got just to recoup the grading costs. Gerald Henderson. I'm more of a collector than I am a investor. That's the problem. It's hard to be a collector and try to make money on your cards at the same time because you like them so much. Rory Hinson. And even the ones I do sell, like the Jordan rookies, I kick myself now because got around $3,000 for it when I sold it, which at the time is what they were selling for. But now it's selling for $12,000. Craig Hodges. This card's pretty perfect. I mean, it's even super wide in the back. Phil Hubbard. Jay Humphreys. Dennis Johnson. Eddie Johnson. Frank Johnson. Magic Johnson. He's one I just got the other one back, and it came in as a 7. Is the lowest graded card I got in that order of 86 Fleer. Hopefully I get a better grade on this one. Marquise Johnson. Steve Johnson. Got these in number order, and this is the premier year of 86 Fleer in basketball, the first year, and they just put them in alphabetical order by player name. Benny Johnson, number 2. I'm going to put these two side by side so you can see the difference. The one on the right side was the one I got from the card store. Like I said, it's super white, brand new. The guy that owned this before he sold it, well, I guess he was a friend of the card store owner from the story, just took the best cards out of every pack he got. Had several. He had more than one set, but this is his best one. And he just put all the best cards in there to try to make a perfect set. He was an older gentleman, so he never got into the grading side of things, but as you can see, the one on the right is way wider than the one on the left. That's the one from eBay. This is the one from the card store. And most of the ones I got back already were the ones I got on eBay. And I got 9s and 10s on those, except for the 1-7 Clark Kellogg. I got a 9 on Clark Kellogg I sent in. And that was the eBay set. Albert King. Albert King. Bernard King. In 1986 is the year I started collecting cards. At the time I was just collecting football. Basketball is what I should have been collecting. By 1988-89, boxes of this set, 86 Fleer, you could get, they just had stacks and stacks of them because nobody was buying basketball. You could buy a box for $6. Just trying to get rid of them. Now go try to find a set. Look how much an open box is selling for. I mean, a pack is thousands of dollars. I haven't seen a legitimately unopened pack sell for less than $2 grand in over a year. I mean, you'll see the ones that people list on eBay selling for $300 to $500, but they're not guaranteed you that they've not been opened or anything. And if you get one that's guaranteed unopened, the pack is more than $2 grand. It might even be more than that now. But the Jordan as a 10 is selling for $140,000. A year ago, you could get it for between 30 and 60. Lafayette Lever. Got a 9 on him. And the one I sent in. Alton Lister. Now it's going to be hard for me not to sell at least half of these that come back just to make up for the price it's going to cost to get them graded, which I'll kick myself for in a year, but I don't know how else to do this. I mean, it's nice. You can put $10 into a card and increase the value 10 times. But when you do that times what, there's 132 cards in the set. So what is that? 264 if you send 2 sets in. Sure, I bet you it's going to be about 200 cards that I send in on this order. Times $10 is $2,000. So then if I get any upgrades, it's more. So I'm going to have to do something to make up for that. Maurice Lucas. If I get bad grades, it's going to be terrible. All right, Jeff Malone. I guess this card's hard to, it's a little bit off-centered. It's hard to get a 10 on. I mean, it sells more than as a 10 than the Karl Malone, which is crazy, in my opinion. Moses Malone. Cedric Maxwell. It's gonna be quite a long video. Rodney McRae. Xavier McDaniel. I got a 9 on the last one of these. This one, I'm not sure about. There's a little bit of white right there, so might get an 8. But also super white back, super centered back. That's crazy. Kevin McHale. Mike Mitchell. Thinking about doing a video of all my best cards graded. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. My last PSA video got a bunch of views and I picked up a lot of subscribers, so I feel like I should be doing more. So I think that's an idea I could do. It takes so long to get your cards back. It's like once every couple months when I get a reveal. So something to do in between. I know I've opened some older card packs. I've got some of those, but those are increasing in value so much now too. I don't know that I want to open a lot of them anymore, but I'll still do it from time to time. But I'm just trying to put more videos out there. Sidney Moncrief. Okay, Johnny Moore. Got a 9 on the one I sent in. This one's like perfectly centered, but it's got that black dot that all these cards are renowned for. I have one more of these out for grading right now, and it doesn't have this little white over here. I don't know, there's one spot on this card. It's pretty perfect, except for it's got the little black dot. If you get one of these centered with no dot and send it in, because if you get a 10 on one of these, which is extremely hard, it's worth 10 grand. So Chris Mullen. He's one that I sent the first bunch out to Beckett. I got a 9 on. I ended up selling. This is the one I got from eBay. Wish I held on to him too. Larry Nance. is perfect, in my opinion. Hopefully it's perfect in PSA's opinion. Calvin Nat. I know these aren't going to all be 10s. As many 9s as I can get, as many 10s as I can get. I can make my money back on 8s. Even the Magic Johnson I got back last time, that was a 7, sells for $100 as a 7. I really wish it was higher, but Norm Nixon. Charles Oakley. This card, I should have already sent one of these in because they're beautiful. Super center in the back, super white. This one's not as centered. Probably an 8. Probably put this one first, and then they'll get the next one and see how much better it looks. And they'll be like, oh, that's a 10. What do you think? Does that work? Off-centered. A little bit more yellow. Very centered. Extremely white. I think that's the plan. All right, Luyor. See, some of these cards are just perfect. Some of them are not. Alrighty. There's a second Luyor. Louis Orr. Robert Parrish. Hope everybody had a good holiday. Got everything they wanted. Jim Paxson. All right, let's get to the rest of these fast. John Perkins. Sam Perkins. Pierce. Pierce. Paul Pressey. Kurt Rambis. Robert Reed. Doc Rivers. Alvin Robertson. Cliff Robinson. Wayne Rollins. Wayne Rollins. Dan Roundfield. Jeff Ruland. Second Jeff Ruland. Ralph Sampson. Tanches. Byron Scott. Top to bottom, off. Byron Scott. Previous short. Nearly perfect. Second one. A little bit off. Derek Smith. Derek Smith. Sorry about the arm, guys. Larry Smith. Larry Smith, number 2. Rory Sparrow. Number 2. Steve Pipanovich. Terry Teal. Sal Thompson, got a 9 on the other one. I sent in. Michael Thompson. Sidel Threat. I don't know how to say his name, guys. Sorry. See something. I think there's something inside the case. I'll clean that out. Melvin Turpin. Kiki Vanderway. Is that his name? Jay Vincent. Sorry it's such a long video, but there's a lot of cards here. All right. That's the last bunch. Bill Walton. He's the one I got a PSA 10 on. The last bunch I sent in. Gerald Wilkins. Dominique Wilkins already got graded. 8.5 on one. BGS 8.5. And I'd have to look up what I got in the other. I can't remember. It's either an 8.5 or a 9. I think it's a 9. It's on one of my previous videos. Buck Williams. Buck Williams. Gus Williams. Herb Williams. A lot of Williams. A lot of Johnsons in this set too. Kevin Willis. bottom. Don't know how it made the cut. Randy Whitman. Al Wood. Al Wood. Mike Woodson. Orlando Warridge. Can't believe I haven't sent any of these in yet. And looks like I'm to the checklist. Very off center, top to bottom. Everything else is pretty perfect about it, but checklist is even worth a lot. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sticker with the off-centeredness, which is typical for this card on this guy. That one's better. Still a little bit off. What do you think? 8? Do you think I can get an 8 on that? What am I wishing? Guess we'll find out. Larry Bird. Pretty nice Larry Bird. Adrian Dantley. Alex English. Julius Erving sticker. That one's pretty nice. Magic Johnson sticker. Sticker number 2. Both the Johnsons are off pretty good. Isaiah Thomas. He's the one I got a 9.5 in the base card on from Beckett. I think I got a 7.5 on one Jordan, and I think a 7 on the other Jordan sticker. Dominique Wilkins, sorry. And that's what I got for what I'm sending in. Here's a few that I took out because I was gonna send him in. He's got some whiting. I might end up putting him back in. I'd be okay with a 7 on this guy. I don't know that I'd get a 7 on him though. And Hakeem Olajuwon's way off centered. And they've also, the guy had him in a binder and this was right against one of the edges. And it's got a little bit of a damage there. I can't get it to come in on the camera though. Same with this guy. You can see it a little better on this one right there. So that's why he's not getting sent in. Anyway, that's my 2 sets of 86 Fleer, the cards that I pulled out that I'm going to send in. Hit like and subscribe if you like this. Probably be 6 to 8 months before I do the reveal, because how long it's taken PSA to get through their orders, but it'll be well worth the wait. And see you next time.